People, deluded Gooner, I'm back again. You guys know why you watch me. I brighten up your days. I give you guys some quality content. So let's get into it. Q&A time. Thank you for the questions. Printed off this time, not with the handwriting. Like I said, thank you for the questions. Some real good questions here. If I've missed it out, apologies. Just slap your question in the comments and I'll get to it for the next one. Don't forget you can ask anything. But let's get into it. Firstly, Abby, this guy always asks this question. He's a great guy, man. Do you think we'll ever see Sky Sports / BT Sports employ journalists as pundits? Well, you could kind of argue they have already. I know they've got Sunday Supplement is a bag of journalists talking about what they want or reading through the tabloids and things like that. So you could say that's a pundit. Granted, it's not live punditry or the games, but it's still a pundit. If you mean live punditry, then I mean, I don't see why not. If the journalist has that much clout and I guess his brand or his value is worth enough, or he's got enough following, or people think he's talking enough, then I don't see why he couldn't hold his own on Sky Sports or wherever on a Super Sunday or whatever that they have on. I don't see why they couldn't. Personally, I couldn't think of any journalist off the top of my head that actually has common sense, because they all follow each other. They all just say nonsense to sell papers, and that is their job. I can't fault them for it. But I hope that answers your question. Next question. That youngin Ryan. What do you think is / was the best team in modern history? Well, I can only talk on what I've seen. I can't talk about, as much as I go and look at their stuff on YouTube, and they've shaped a lot of how I play football. I mean, Cruyff's and the total 90s and Reiners Michels and people ahead of them. I wasn't around for them. So the best side I have seen, or the best collective side, or that's captured my thing, if it was based on nostalgia, 2002 Brazilian side, man. I mean, yeah, you watched it, or the Spanish side that won the World Cup. But for me, it's got to be the Barcelona side. Whatever season it was where they won everything, the sextuple. You saw Messi, you saw Pedro coming from the academy. They had the correct blend of youth, of experience, of stars. Played tiki-taka football, was great. Like, yeah, man, that's the best side I've probably seen, to be honest, and I don't think I'll see a better side. They won it all playing an innovative way and had everyone trying to play them. And I mean, the final in 2011 was amazing. Whatever period, I mean, the period of that side, they did dominate for a while, but whatever year they won the sextuple is the season I'm talking about. But I know it wasn't 2011. I just thought I should mention that, because as you said that, I started looking out my window and a lot of nostalgia just came to my mind. So I hope that answers your question. At Yusuf, hope I said your name properly. Do you think Dybala / Messi can play at their best for Argentina? Now, I think they could, but I don't think they couldn't. I think they couldn't at the same time, purely because if you look at Argentina, it's not just Messi or Dybala. There's isolated incidences. You could say Higuain doesn't turn up, Di Maria doesn't turn up, Sergio Aguero struggles. It's very much a question for the whole team, because I mean, they have had mixed results of recent years. We all know for years they've had the great attackers and midfielders, and defensively they haven't been good enough. I just don't think there's cohesion, but I think they all sell themselves short. So I don't think it's a case of just Messi or Dybala. To answer your question, though, to be specific, I think they could. I mean, Messi is an excellent team player. You see, Messi's basically a 10, a striker, a winger, or whatever. Dybala looks like he can be a striker and he's scoring his goals in Serie A, but he looks like a 10 for me, or support striker. So in that regard, he could complement Messi well. So I don't see why they couldn't. I believe if you're an intelligent footballer, you should be able to play with intelligent footballers or find a system. So I don't think they'd have any problems. At Reese Nelson 61, would you ever consider going into punditry? Of course, man. You know I talk my stuff. I know my stuff. I'd love to be a pundit, or in general, because I get it wrong a lot of times, but I don't care about being wrong. Of course, I love being right. I just love football. I'd love to be a pundit, but I'm too real to blow, bro, and we know this game is a stitch-up. So next question, Jacob X Brand. I can never say this guy's name. Apologies. Is Eddie Howe overrated? Now, I do think he is to a degree. I can't lie to you. Purely because, not that because he's a bad manager, it's because he spent a lot of money. I mean, 20 million on Aki. A team like Bournemouth couldn't do that years ago. They bidded for Damari Gray, was rejected. Couple other signings here and there. They're playing nice, expansive football, and all of them things. And they play with a nice playing style. He's handled Jack Wilshere very well. He's good for youth. He's got all of these things, but I mean, only in the Premier League could you praise someone beyond that for failing. I mean, he's always in the relegation battle. The side's always starting poorly. They struggle to hold leads. Defensively, they're poor at times. But they play nice football, so it's cool, and he's got a nice Gillette on, so people leave him alone. I think he could be a great manager, but when I'm hearing next job is England and Arsenal and one of the big clubs, I'm sorry, but he's not ready for that. He will be a good manager in my opinion because I like how he tries to play, but right now he's just not levels. So I hope that answers your question. Oh, you've got more, boy. Damn, bro, you got better. Where's it? Any YouTubers that support Arsenal that you rate, i.e. Hugh Dizzy? I don't really watch YouTubers per se. I'd say if I do, True Geordie, I've told you guys before, here and there, he's got some good stuff. Heavy D's, a funny guy. Troops is cool. Obviously the Blood and Fam at times can be excessive, but he talks how I talk and he doesn't pull punches. Other than that, there's not really anyone that I'll be listening to or whatever by myself, to be honest. I believe Deluded Gooner's the only, first and foremost, Deluded Gooner's the best. Deluded Gooner's the only one I want to talk to. And yeah, man, I don't really care about these other guys, man, to be honest with you. Oh, Robbie, when he speaks, is decent, but he has to remain impartial and can't really give his opinions because obviously the nature of what he does on Arsenal Fan TV. And your last question, is Gabriel Jesus and Sergio Aguero one of the best striking duos around? Well, there's not many around, so you have to say yes, definitely in the Premier League. Based on the keyword duo, yeah. You've got Sergio, needs no introduction. People saying he's finished and he got 30 goals last year, and he looks like he's going to hit similar heights this year. Gabriel Jesus got one of the best minutes to goals ratio and is only going to get better. Experienced in the prime of his career or just past his prime, someone that hasn't even entered their prime. Amazing duo, man, and they're only going to get better, and it's scary for defensive oppositions in the Premier League. So I'd say, yeah, to be honest with you. Next question, Roadman Rams, bold in or out? Yeah, man said bold. I haven't got an opinion on Bold. On one hand, I do think he's clueless, but on the other hand, I do think he's crippled because of Wenger's influence and holding on the club. I do believe he's obviously had some sort of plans and ideas he's wanted to experiment with, and Wenger probably hasn't allowed him to. And I'm hearing he threw a boot at Ozil when we lost to Bayern Munich, so that's what leads me to believe he is kind of crippled, but he does look clueless. So I'd say I'm either everybody out. I'm everybody out, to be honest with you, to answer that question. Next, Gunadell. How much did the hierarchy at AFC care about Arsenal, or are they just money hungry? Bro, you answered this yourself. They're money hungry. They couldn't care less. We've got Sir Chips, who is a Chips, we almost didn't sign Ozil because of him. We've got Kroenke, who this is just collateral for him to get other thingies on. Bold Ivan, you never see him. No disrespect to anyone that's bold. He's never about. They don't care. They care about their profits. Arsenal's the best club for just wanting to make money. I mean, not in the sense that we make mad profits. It's that you can hide. It's a silent investment. It's like residual income, to be honest with you. So, yeah, they couldn't care less. They'll tell you they care. They'll tell you this and that. But actions don't lie. And they've been lying all the time to us. So, I hope that answers your question, Gunadell. He's a real guy, man. Shout out to him from Ireland as well. He's got another question. If Jack Wilshere, Alexis Sanchez, Mesut Ozil all leave next summer, where does that leave Arsenal? Pardon my language. Fucked, mate. Like, fucked. That's it. Because to replace them, you're going to need to spend the money. And for me, I believe that you need to overpay for some of these players. I don't see us doing that. You need to convince these players to come. We don't do a good enough job for that. We mess players around. Thomas Lemar, for instance, has seen our training ground. If we gave the 60 million, would be here already. We're there messing around, bidding 90 million, half-hearted 90 million pound bids that I'm pretty sure they didn't even want to get accepted on deadline day. So these are the sort of caliber we have to go to. That is a lot of players to replace in 1 year. And then you've also got to consider the likes of Welbs and Ramsey and all the 2019 lot who will be in the same nonsense with come summer. It'll be the same thing like Ozil and Alexis. These contracts need to get decided. There's way too many contracts to get renewed. There's way too much for one man, let alone a club, to do. So only time will tell. But it's complete suicide to you, bro. For me, to you, bro. It's just nonsense. Like, we're fucked. That's it. Guys, Deluded Goon, I'm signing out. Thank you for the Q&A. You guys know how much I love doing it on Sundays and Fridays. Like I said, Sundays and Fridays, I'll even do it if I have more questions. So get in the comments, ask them questions, comment, subscribe, like. Enjoy your Sunday, guys. Deluded Goon, I'm out.